All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the weekly beer show. All right, we've already started. We're 15 minutes
My
in.
fault.
Our producer over here, okay, forgot to add YouTube. Here's the thing, guys. We have we can put up to 3 different streaming sites right now. Next month, we're going to be going to multiple where we put up to like 10, I think, right, Nate? So we'll be on Twitch. So if you're just hopping over from Twitch, thanks a lot. But we use Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter.
Yep.
When next month arrives, we'll have access to add more. And now I'm like, dude, why are we 15 minutes in and nobody's commented?
Not one comment. I'm like, because I looked up, I'm like, hold on a second, something must be going on. I look, and you can see the 3 that we were on, and we were on Twitch, and we're never on Twitch because we don't.
We should be on Twitch. We got 2 viewers, but they're not on Facebook.
I think it was Facebook. Thank you for everybody for being patient. Appreciate it.
All right, but if you're just hopping on and you're joining us on YouTube, we're drinking the non-alcoholic beers. This is the Run Wild from Athletic Brewing.
Love
It's a delicious IPA. We got into it. Really, really enjoying this beer. We're talking about, why would you drink non-alcoholic beer? Like people, right off the bat, obviously alcoholism. It's a very big thing. Being underage, right? You want to try beer a little bit, and you're underage, so you try it a little bit non-alcoholic. What about if you just come home and you don't want to be drunk and smashed all the time around your family, but you want that cold beer taste when you're eating dinner and stuff like that? There's a time. What about when you're driving to the picnic or the water area, where you're at the lake house or whatever, and it's 2.5 hours away, and you're salivating at the taste of a beer? You can have one of these while you're driving.
Definitely can. And the thing is, it hits the spot. It quenches your thirst a little bit too. It definitely does.
Yeah, it does. I mean, especially look, the Bud Zero and the Old Duels, they were a little bit nah. But this one's good, Nate. This one's really good.
I'm glad. So we have to buy them in the 6-pack, right? Because we can't get them in singles. I'm glad I have 2 6-packs of this. Not gonna lie, I enjoy it.
Yeah, and I'm even getting that weird thing. I don't know what you call it, but that IPA tickle. It's like I don't know. It's something to do with a little like thing that tingles. I don't know what it is, Nate. Do you have any idea what that is? But right? Hey, Rick Fontana in the house. We got somebody from YouTube. Hey. What is that thing when you drink an IPA that tickles this little area in your chin?
It's just a reaction to your on the back of the palate. I don't know the name of it. I did research it a couple of weeks ago when we brought it up. I forget. There's also
it's a real thing, right?
Yeah, and so like sommeliers in the wine world, when they go through their certification process, they learn about that. Same as a Cicerone for beer. I just forget the name.
Well, I'm going to go ahead and introduce you guys to what it actually means one of these days. I'm going to go do it. Hey, Barrow. Hello, boys. I love it. Yeah, Barrow. I don't know why I just gave Barrow the Hawaii hang loose, but
it works.
He said, hello, boys, like he's a hockey coach. You ever notice that, Nate? Like every sport has like let's see, what does football players call each other? Hockey players call each other the boys.
I have no idea.
All right, boys, let's get it going. Yeah, always hockey's always boys. I'm trying to think what football would be. Young men? I don't know. I don't know. Who knows what the hell I'm even talking about? I'm not even drunk. Looking forward to getting back into drinking. I'll tell you that much. Definitely miss that little buzz on the show, the after party afterwards, and I'm looking forward to drinking more. I know I've said this before, and we're going to try to roll this out. This is the fun thing about Sunday nights. Football the same. Oh, okay. This is going to be fun. So look for this to come up sometime within the next 3 months. We're going to be doing an after room party. So after the beer show, I know I've talked about this before. If you want to go ahead and join us for a beer, we're going to open the room to whoever wants, send you the link, and hang out and have a little bit of interpersonal time. But I'll let you know as we continue to update that. We're continuing to grow. We're getting ready to go to another full channel altogether. The weekly beer show is going to be leaving the Travel Man Dan network and going to its own network. So I'm excited about that, Nate.
Yeah, it's going to be cool. So we'll make sure to keep everybody updated as we move closer to that date.
Yeah, and if you could hop on over to our Twitter account or Instagram, check us out on Weekly Beer Show. Go ahead, repost anything if you feel that you could. I'll be sleeping by that time. That's okay, Rick. It's always good to see you. I always appreciate all the little articles and things that you sent me. So thank you so much. This is Athletic Brewing. It's called Run Wild. It's non-alcoholic. Nate, can we go on a little brewery tour?
You got it. Absolutely. So, guys, there you go. Athletic Brewing. There is their logo on the left. I kind of like their logo. Super clean. Like that. I'm not sure what kind of blue that is, but I like it. It's kind of like a marine blue. You can check out their credentials, Instagram, Twitter, their website. I would like to take us through the website in a little bit, Danny. It's pretty good because you can order this anywhere because it's non-alcoholic. So going to their website is quite impactful. It's not like you're going to a website where the brewer is selling actual beer where you can't deliver it because of age restrictions and stuff like that. So we'll check out the website in a little bit. They are based out of Stratford, Connecticut. They've actually got 2 breweries. A little fun fact about Athletic Brewing is their first brewery was based out of Stratford, Connecticut. You can see it right there on the continental U.S. It is in the New England area in the northeast of the United States, Stratford being on the southwest coastline of Connecticut. But their second brewery, they built in San Diego, California, which, as we all know, is the craft beer capital of the world. And they're the only 2 breweries in the world that only brew non-alcoholic beer. So that's quite interesting. That's part of the reason why we wanted to take a deep dive into this brewery and kind of battle it out between 2 of the beers, because when it comes to non-alcoholic beer, they're kind of on the forefront and they're the biggest players in the market right now from a craft perspective.
That's pretty cool. Today's
beer, we've got 2, but this is the first one, Run Wild IPA. What is the style? Non-alcoholic IPA. The ABV is 0.4% or under. The untapped ratings, look at that. It's pretty impressive.
That is pretty impressive. For a non-alcoholic beer, people are liking it.
Right. It's hustle in the score, right? So I can see a score like this if you're in the 2,500 range, but this is like rivaling O'Doul's and Bud Zero territory with a much better score. Last week's scores were somewhere around 2.0 and 2.15, whereas these are in the 3.39 area. This is legitimate, right?
Yeah.
Like, this is a real beer. People are enjoying it, and it shows right there from the untapped ratings.
Well, Nate, can you go back for a quick second? I don't know if you can zoom, but look to the left of the can, stage left. But, I mean, look how much awards they got.
Yeah. World Beer Awards in 2022, there was a gold medal there. U.S. Open Beer Championship, a gold. European Beer Challenge, gold. London Beer, silver. LA Spirits Awards, bronze. Like, I don't know. Like, they're doing something right. And this is being their flagship. It's really interesting to try, and I think they killed it. They did a great job. Good. Thank you for calling that out. Run Wild IPA. Just wanted to showcase this. If you guys aren't on Untapped and you are beer fans, please download the app. Go here, check it out. You can check by brewery. You can check by beer. They all come with unique scores. It shows you the amount of people, the buzz that's going on. So this is a buzzworthy beer right now, and we'll probably be talking about that when we score the popularity. So I want to talk a little bit about the brewery itself. So I like this. Beer fit for all times. Whether you're looking to cut out alcohol for life or just for a night, you shouldn't have to sacrifice your ability to be healthy, active, and at your best to enjoy great beer. What do you think of that, Danny?
I love it, and I think it's a great, what do they call them, mission statements or statements? It's a great way to think, and you know what? There's nothing wrong. Just because we drink here, there's nothing wrong with being sober.
As a matter of fact, I'm enjoying it more than I expected to be honest with you.
Yeah.
So you can see they talk a little bit about the award-winning, great tasting. Completely agree with that. Non-alcoholic, vegan-friendly. Pretty sure most beers are vegan. I don't know. I like this quote directly from the website. To positively impact our customers' health, fitness, and happiness while greatly impacting our communities and environment for the better. They are massive in their communities. They do a ton of philanthropic work. You can see it on their website. We're going to go to a review when we talk about the second beer that has a breakdown. There's a website that's based on nutrition. They did a full-on review of all Athletic Brewing, came up with a cumulative score. It was an amazing read. Sent it to Danny earlier this week. There's a lot of information in there. Just tells you how well of a company they are, like how well they operate, and they just check all the boxes.
Yeah.
What we are on the inside of our company is the impact we will have in the outside world at large. Let's be positive, inclusive, encouraging, collaborators, and people who are known to be a force of good. I'm not going to read all this stuff, Danny, but you can read into the innovation, integrity, community, quality, inclusion, right? So quality, I'll cherry pick that one. We believe that everything we do, whether it is in the workplace or in the community, should be aimed at quality. Our customers expect the best, and we do not settle for anything other than perfection in our products. We strive to put our best foot forward in everything we do. How you do anything is how you do everything. What do you think, Danny?
I think that's a great statement. It's definitely on par with the product that they actually put out there, because when you drink this thing, as opposed to some other non-alcoholic beers that we've had, the one thing that I noticed right away is the quality. I don't know what it is. It just tastes better, right? I mean, nothing is easier said than the actual taste test and just talking about it like we do. Like, look, it's just better, man. You know what I mean? Like, and no matter what it is, there's always a competitor, right? Some people, the quality is definitely the strong point.
Yeah, it's cool. And, they because they forecasted and foreshadowed, they saw a market that was yearning for something different, and they cornered it, right? Like, the founder, the owner saw that he wanted to promote a healthy side of beer, and that's pretty awesome. And I think there's going to be a lot of people that will be getting into it. Untapped, the check-ins, they show that people are buying in.
Well, look, let's go back to a couple of comments from our friend Rick Fontana, and he said, "Bam, I told you." Yeah, he did tell us about it last week. He also said they're 30 minutes away from him, but this I find very interesting. If he's 30 minutes away from it, he's got a good gauge of what's going on. He says people drink them there.
Yeah.
Okay, lots of people.
Yeah, it's cool. So you see on the screen here, we go into something that they call the pilot program. I also thought this was interesting. Our pilot program showcases the most innovative and experimental brews at Athletic. Our highly talented brewing team is constantly pushing the limits of non-alcoholic craft beer, and we get to share the latest creations directly with our community. These are just a few, Danny. Later when we go to the website, I can show you more, but they've got sours, they've got stouts, they've got porters, they've got seltzers, they've got coffees, they've got energy drinks, I'm pretty sure. So they're trying to, they don't want it just to be, here's our lager non-alcoholic beer. We're going to try to give you offerings from all different styles that are available.
What's the Lodge Life one? Is that the stout?
Lodge Life looks like, I don't know. It's too small. When we go to the website, we'll take a look.
Yeah, it looks good. There are two other non-breweries here that are just as good. Wow, that's so interesting.
Sorry, here you go. Here's two more. I had another slide. But yeah, you can get first access to this stuff. If you join the Athletic Club, they'll send out, I think there's a monthly subscription, but they'll send out a lot of these new stuff, a lot of the new offerings and brews that they're working on. A citrusy IPA, they haven't even named it yet. A dark coffee stout, all non-alcoholic.
It's funny because something's just popped up in my head, and it's probably what their whole mission statement is and kind of who they are as people and a company and stuff like that, because they like the outdoors and being out there and stuff. It's like, how many times have you gone hiking and stuff like that, like a real serious hike, a 12-hour hike up into Yosemite and stuff like that, and sometimes there it is, 69mega.com and an AI dating app. Okay, all right, and but you're hiking, Nate, and you're thirsty, you're on top of a mountain, whatever. You just want that beer quench. You just want that thirsty a taste of a beer. You start drinking when you're hiking like that, it could be dangerous and at some point fatal. You know what I mean? Depending on what kind of hike you're actually doing. So this is cool that it's there and you can have a drink and have that taste. Very good drink so far. Very good.
Yeah, I'm definitely enjoying it.
You don't get that vortex that's in a lot of the IPAs, but you do get like a little cloud that's going on below the bubbles. I wonder if that weird vortex has something to do with the actual alcohol. But hey, thanks a lot, Nate. That was interesting. I enjoyed that. Hope you guys enjoyed the brewery tour of Athletic Brewing. This is what we're drinking right now. It is called Run Wild. It is a delicious IPA. Tastes like an IPA. Smells like an IPA. So that's pretty cool. And now it's time for a little good news. Yeah, a little good news is going to be brought to us by our friend here to the left of me. And today's good news is the Philadelphia Phillies advance. Hey.
That's right.
So if you don't know the Philadelphia Phillies, they're a baseball team. They were projected to do somewhere towards the bottom of the NL East. And lo and behold, they squeaked it out. They were projected pretty low. I mean, really? With Atlanta?
Not with their payroll. They're like fifth in baseball. So they were expected to make some postseason noise.
Oh, okay. So correct me if I'm wrong, and you just did. But hey, they're playing balls out. They were, I think, what, 7 seed?
6. They were the last seed.
Okay, so the last seed, right? Sorry, I got it mixed up with football. So they were the last seed, and they're really just playing lights out. They went ahead and they won their first series 2-0. And I think that the first team they played didn't even score a run.
They scored. The Phillies were down in the bottom of the 8th. No, or the bottom of the 9th, 2-0 in game 1, came back to win 6-2, and then they shut them out 2 or 3-0 in game 2. So I think St. Louis scored 2 runs total.
So, yeah, it's the St. Louis series, They basically retired the catcher and Pujols.
Molina and Pujols and Wainwright.
Wainwright, yeah. And then they went on to beat the number 2 seed, the Atlanta Braves. And look, I'm a diehard Yankee fan. Look, this eyeball right here is actually looking at my phone right here for the scores of the Yankee game. But hey, I like a good story. I like a good sports story. Nate, tell us a little bit about what's going on with the Philadelphia Phillies, and that is our good news.
You hit the nail on the head with it. They were the 6th seed. They had a lot of expectations. They kind of limped into the playoffs a little bit. They've been leaning on their kind of revitalized and arrested pitching staff, and their 1-2 punch of Wheeler and Nola have been fantastic. The bullpen has followed up with that, and they're getting timely hits. Bryce Harper's got 3 home runs so far in the playoffs, so they're just playing good baseball. I did not expect them to win the first series. I certainly didn't expect them to win against the Braves, but they did. And if they're able to get home games, that crowd is just electric right now. I'm not sure there's anywhere else in baseball, maybe San Diego, that's like it.
Yeah, it's really cool, man, to watch. I mean, I really enjoy going to Dodger Stadium, but I'm not a Dodger fan at all. I'm actually curious to see how tonight's game plays out because a lot of my friends are Dodger fans, and being a Yankee fan, we were kind of like, hey, what if me and my coworker were like, what if we both are out after this weekend? And the Yankees judge is not playing good, but for the Phillies, and our good news, their superstar is playing awesome. What's Bryce Harper's line right now, Nate?
He's batting like over 400. His OPS is over 1,400. He's got 3 home runs, 6 RBIs or something like that. So he's doing a lot of damage.
A lot of damage. And then a lot of people, shot him down his first year. He was in Philly. I think he got injured. His second year it didn't go so well. So he's one of the rare guys that actually are playing better into his later contract, if you will, right? These guys are signing these like 5 to 10-year contracts, and they're usually really good in the beginning 3 years, and then they tail off, and then somewhere around with 3 years left, they let them go. Harper actually didn't play very well or often his first 3 years, if I'm right. And now
he won the MVP last year. So like his first year, it was a struggle, and then he won an MVP, and now this is his third year of.
He won the MVP last year?
Yep.
Okay, so correct me if I'm wrong. I don't pay that much attention to Bryce Harper in the National League. And last year was right about this time I was pretty high on hydrocodones, nursing an ACL surgery, so I was kind of out of it, if you will. Astros and Mariners mid-13th, still tied. Ooh, nice. All right. I guess go Mariners. I guess that guy's a beast. All right. Well, guys, this is what we're drinking today. It's pretty good. That's the good news. Good luck the rest of the way. We might have a very, very strong possibility of a Yankees, a Phillies World Series.
Could be.
Imagine that, and then on top of that, a Bills Eagles Super Bowl. Oh my gosh, we might not be friends by April. But going on, guys. Now it's time for a little show and tell, and I am so excited to show you guys today's show and tell. Holy cow! I've been waiting a very long time for this. I can't tell you how long. Maybe I'll tell you how long. Okay. So in 1985, there was this movie, Go Guard. Oh, Duncan, get out of here. Get the hell out of here. In 1985, there was this great movie of this young, middle-aged, I'll say, Italian-American boxer. And, well, he had a friend who was an African-American boxer. And they had some duels and some battles. And, unfortunately, he was killed in the ring by the nemesis from Russia, Ivan Drago. Folks, I'm talking about Rocky IV, okay? If you've ever seen Rocky IV, well, I'll tell you, it ranks right up there with Return of the Jedi for me. One of the greatest movies ever. But there's a scene in Rocky IV that I have been mesmerized by. It's when Rocky is washing his car. He's out there making suds. He's cleaning up his, Ferrari or Lamborghini. I forget which one it was. And he gets a phone call from Apollo Creed. And Apollo tells him, hey, I want to go ahead and fight Ivan Drago. And so he's like, I don't think that's a good idea. You better come over and talk, blah, blah, blah. But that's not the story. The story here is what Rocky was wearing. Folks, I have been just captivated. I've wanted this since 1985. I've always wanted it. Here it is. Take a look. Look at that thing. That is a thing of beauty right there. It is an Adidas sweatshirt with an Italian flag on the shoulders, armpit area. It just doesn't get any better when it comes to style. You probably don't know this, but I like jumpsuits. I just never had a lot of money to buy a lot of them. Now I've been stocking up and I wear them a lot. But look at that thing. So, lo and behold, Sylvester Stallone has his own website now where he sells memorabilia replicas of his stuff. So I've been checking it out for the last year and a half. And this guy right here is on there. But it's a little bit of modification. But every time I've tried to get it, it's been sold out. So the other day I was in my boss's office. Shouts out to you, Rocco Cordola. And I told him about this website. And he, too, is a huge Rocky fan, and he was excited about it. So right away, we went ahead and clicked. And guys, ladies and gentlemen, take a look at this. Today's show and tell in the flesh. I've been waiting for this thing. The Adidas is taking off. It's got Rocky. Oh, my gosh, dude. Wait till you see me in this thing. You are going to stop me on the streets. This is the most beautiful sweatshirt anyone could ever have. What do you think, Nate? You're just smiling.
Yeah, it's perfect for you.
I love this. I love this so much. This is my favorite piece of clothes. Oh, this is so great. I'm not even hanging it in the bar. What the hell? Why not?
Put it on.
What's it? No, because I'm saving it for a fresh day.
Oh, okay.
I wanna give it all its glory on its own. I will just hang it in there. Hey, twin, what's up? Shouts out to you, Brett. Happy belated birthday. I like your avatar. Say hi to Kim. All right. How does that look, Nate?
Perfect.
Yes, it is perfect. He's one of my favorite heroes. You got to love it. Thank you, Barrow. Guys, there it is. The Rocky IV sweatshirt. I am so excited to wear that. I wear it fresh. So, yeah, pumped up. But, hey, this is what we're drinking. The Twins probably won't have much of this. This is non-alcoholic beer. Nate, let's whack this down and give it a score.
Cheers.
All right. The Run Wild. It's got a sweetness to it. For being non-alcoholic, I think it's delicious. It tastes just like an IPA beer without the booziness, right? And we all know what that tastes. Aaron Judge hits a 2-run shot and ties the game. Yes. Attaboy. AJ. All right. So, yeah, I felt like this is a good beer. I felt like a score update judge just went deep for a 2-1. Hey. All right. I noticed this is really big in sports these days, especially football. Zeke started it. Now give him the ball. He wants to eat. Anyway, we're going with Run Wild. I want to drink. If you don't want to drink and you want to drink, taste the beer, this is the one to get. IPA. I think it's delicious, Nate. I'm going to go ahead and say, for what it's worth, this score gets a 3.5.
Yeah, I'm going to go a 4.0. I think it is leaps and bounds better than any non-alcoholic beer I've ever had. It tastes exactly like you would expect a regular IPA to taste. So they're blurring the lines between alcoholic and non-alcoholic. I like that 4.0.
Nice. Non-alcoholic beer is as fun as taking your sister to the prom. Xi Jinping.
Not a terrible point.
Dude, look at that avatar of Xi Jinping. All right. All right, we're going to price. I bought a 6-pack, like Nate said. I'm not hating on it. It was $11. So 6 cents 11, just shy of $2. We're looking at about $1.85. I don't think that's bad. Look, it's a good tasting beer. If you want to try it, it's probably the best of the best in terms of non-alcoholic beers. We're going to find out which one is the best of these Athletic Brewing. But for what they do, I like it. And for what the price is, I think it's okay. 3.5.
I'm going to give it a 3.5 as well. I don't think it's overly priced. I don't think it's aggressively priced. I think it's fairly priced. And plus the fact that you're getting something that's a niche offering. It's not a regular beer. It's a non-alcoholic beer. So there's a different segment. I think it's a fair price, 3.5. True
that. All right, let's take a look at the design. The design I like. I think it's got a bit of an outdoorsy look to it. Okay, it's got the come on, baby. Get in there. Focal point. All right, look at Nate's. Mine, I'll get it one of these days. Yeah, I think I kind of like it. It's very simple, but it's also kind of cool. It's got a good graphic. It gives you a feel. It's got some character to it. Outdoors. I'm gonna go ahead and give it a score of a 3.5. What the hell?
Yeah. So for me, I really like the style. I like that it's not a sticker on the can. I like printed. It feels good. All of their kind of their cans look very similar. They're not all exactly like this, but their beer ones are very closely emulating this flagship. They do tell a story on the back here. At Athletic Brewing, we are pioneering a craft brew revolution. We believe you shouldn't have to sacrifice your ability to be at your best to enjoy great brews. So we created our innovative lineup of refreshing non-alcoholic craft brews. Tells you very in bold letters, very upfront and noticeable how many calories, 65 calories, 14 carbohydrates, 0 grams of fat. Tells you all the ingredients, and those ingredients are water, organic Vienna malt, malted barley, oat, hops, wheat, and yeast. That's not often that you see that, but because they're taking the approach of a health, in health and wellness, I like that they put it on there. For me, I'm going to go 4.5.
Whoa! Wow! Excellent score. All right, let's go to accessibility meets popularity. Guys, look, this beer you're going to be able to find it a lot of places. Just about any major grocer or definitely beer distributor in the United States probably will carry this one. Any major city in the United States is going to have it because they'll probably have a Whole Foods and they'll carry it. Popularity, I think it's getting around. People are talking about it. I'm hearing buzz about it without doing the show. So I'm staying with the consistency of the score. I'm going to give it a 3.5. I think it's well known.
So for me, popularity, I'm going to do a 4.0, right? I don't think by any means that the average consumer knows about it yet, but people within the beer community know about it. They believe that it is the best option out there, or at least a lot of people do. So from a popularity perspective, it's not global, but within the beer community, it is quite strong. Their brand is very popular at the moment. So for me, it's 4.0.
Excellent. All right, running wild, baby. Take your shirt off and your pants down and run wild. Okay, guys, the TMD X factor for this one, I'm going to stick to the same score as all the way down. This is the first time this has ever happened, a 3.5. And the reason being is I like what they're doing. I like that they're at the forefront. They have a great quality. It's a delicious one. Everyone here knows about it. That's awesome. Yeah, I just think it's awesome. And the reason I don't give it any higher is missing the booze. But hey, I like what it's doing, and the score for me is a 3.5.
Yeah, so I love what they're doing. I love their, I like their brand overall. I like how they're kind of operating their business. I like the community. I like that they're trying to find a wellness angle to the beer community. They're kind of scratching an itch that nobody else is really diving into as deeply as them. 4.0.
Great. All right, guys. So the Running Wild, take your pants down. For me, is a 17.5. Whoa, Nate, hold on a minute. That might be the highest score Nate has ever given a beer. When dude, a 20 from Nate?
Hetty Topper was a 25. King Julius was a 25. I've had a couple of those, but this is way higher than my average score, I would imagine.
20 from Nate. That is unbelievable. I gave it 17.5.
Sorry, cumulative score, Danny, of 37.5 total.
37.5 cumulative score. Very nice. So that goes down as a 37.5. Who will win this battle of athletic brewing? Will it be One Wild, the IPA that nobody suspected to taste like an IPA, but tastes exactly like an IPA, or the next beer who was starting the fight, calling him aggressive words down at the cooler, confronting him about a possibility of maybe being a double IPA? Ladies and gentlemen, the second beer from today is Upside Down. Ladies and gentlemen, the Upside Down beer. Okay, the golden. Okay, golden Upside Down. So I'm assuming that when they mean golden, they don't mean shower. They mean golden ale.
I think you are correct.
Because golden shower, well, I don't think anybody would like that except for a turtle. But hey, this one, this is what we're drinking. It doesn't have an ABV. Or actually, I correct myself. They gave this an ABV of 0.04. Cheers, Brian. Happy birthday. Happy belated birthday. I love you guys. I miss you and your bro. I can't wait to get together. That's a great picture. We're drinking the non-alcoholic beer. So yeah, Upside Down, Nate. Tell me about it.
Yeah, I mean, this is their golden ale offering. It's going to be lighter, crisper, cleaner, upside down, right? Again, it's got that a little bit of an outdoor element to it. Again, looks like it's an advertisement for a national park. But yeah, this is going to be light, crisp, not as full-bodied as the IPA or medium-bodied as the IPA. I expect it to be a lot lighter and crisper.
Yeah, this definitely looks like something, and I wonder if they even have it. They might have it there. I wonder if REI carries this.
Ooh, they might.
REI is like, I think, what does it stand for? Recreational Equipment International Institute. It's something like that, but it's an outdoorsy store. You could buy anything from, you could buy these shirts, the kind of stuff that I like to wear. Travel friendly, really light stuff to $450 mountain climbing boots. Pretty cool. All right, Wonder Strudel, cheers and skull, my friend. Cheers. Good night, Rick. Thank you so much. Enjoy. We're going to be back next week at the same time, Saturday at 5 p.m. So check us out. Nate, let's go ahead and crack this thing. Give it a smell and taste.
Let's do it.
Well,
really nice nose on it.
Yeah. Smells like a good beer. It's going to be lighter, I think, but let's go ahead and pour it, and I'll see what it looks like. Yeah. It's like almost like a hazy.
Danny, a good comp for this would be an 805.
Okay. It's very light.
Yeah. Ooh, okay. I think it looks good. It's light, but there's a little bit of haze to mine. I don't know if you've got that.
Yeah, I do. I got it. I mean, it's weird. Yeah, through the camera, it doesn't look as light, but in person, it definitely looks golden. But hey, the first one was a success. Let's see what this one's got. Cheers, Nate.
Cheers. Wow. Man, that's good.
Not bad. Not bad. It's definitely doesn't have that little IPA, that hoppy, skunky, danky flavor, but it definitely has something on the palate on the back end. I'm not sure what it is. It's very refreshing. Okay, it's going to give you, after a hot day, maybe you're at a beach volleyball game, something like this, where you go ahead and you take it down, and it's not going to give you the hiccup, but it's also going to give you the clean, fresh taste. You know what I'm talking about? You know the beer hiccup, Nate? But what's your take on the first sip?
I like it. It's definitely what's the best word for me to say it? Crisper, cleaner than the IPA. It doesn't have the dank flavor that the IPA has. It doesn't have any of that hoppiness. It's going to be more. It's more malt, and it tastes like kind of like an 805. It tastes like a golden ale, a blonde ale. Very effervescent, but it's got some character to it as in comparison to like one of the macro lagers.
Yeah, I don't know if you have this, but one thing I notice is the head on mine is really, really creamy. It's very fluffy, and it's kind of like slowly dissipating, whereas the other ones have always just within like 5-6 seconds have vanished. But this one has taken a little bit longer. It's almost like melted marshmallow is slowly consuming the beer. Pretty interesting. I don't know if that has anything to do with anything, but that's what I'm seeing. If you haven't really dived into non-alcoholic beers, go to our video last week. It's down on the channel, and you can check out where Nate talks about what exactly is a non-alcoholic beer. That was the Battle of the Budweiser beers. It's a little easier to find. So if you want to check that out, check out the Battle of the Budweisers. And on that is a clip where Nate explains a little bit about non-alcoholic beer, the process of making it, where it came from, et cetera, et cetera. But yeah, not bad, Nate.
Yeah, I like it. It's a good beer.
But I can't wait to go ahead and have a real one. Yeah, booze boy. I'm gonna slam 2 for Damien's birthday.
Nice.
Yeah, nice. All right, moving on as we continue to go on with the show. It's time for a little What Would You Rather? What would you rather? Would you some with this or one of these? Would you have that or would you have those? All right, guys, what would you rather? Let us know down in the comments or after the show. Go ahead and let me know, and I'll be sure to go ahead and answer back. We'd love to hear what would you rather? All right, Nate, the first one. I'm going to give you a ticket. You can go to any place in the world. We're going to go with the most unhealthy. Since we're here talking about athletic, being healthy, promoting non-alcoholic, beer, that has something to do with all that. We're going to go with the most healthy and unhealthy city. So number one, the most unhealthy city, there it is, Brownsville. On the border by the sea.
Yeah, I think it was up near Dallas, Danny. I guess I'm wrong.
Where is it?
It's on the border of Texas. I don't know. It must be on the coast somewhere.
Maybe Houston.
Could be. It could definitely be south of Houston. But there it is. That's not a bad looking picture. But apparently, per the study that Danny and I read, this was the most unhealthy city in America.
Yeah, and the thing is that this is measured by a lot of analytics that go into not by the look of the city or and well, I guess it does have something to do with the people, but it's typically the food and lifestyle. So down the south, it's definitely in Texas, they probably eat a lot of fried things. Okay, a lot of things that are fried and then using butter dips and things. Probably not the healthiest thing. And here's the thing, it's probably really hot, so people aren't outdoors a lot and being super active. That has something to do with it. I know you don't think about it, but think about if you were overweight by 100 pounds by eating fried chicken and chitlins and weird little greasy things, you're not going to want to go outside and go running when it's 90 degrees. It's just, normal. The number one healthiest city in America is San Francisco, which I don't know. I gotta say I don't see how, because when I go there, there's people sleeping everywhere and pooping everywhere. So I don't know. That could be because the center of San Francisco was only measured by something like 6 by 6 miles. So per mileage, they're measuring cities as opposed to something widespread. I don't know. If I'm going to pick one of these two, San Francisco for me was one of my favorite cities in the United States before I went to China. When I came home from China, I just couldn't believe what a disaster it is. Like most California and Western state cities, it's just an absolute, forgive my language, but a bit of a slime hole, right? It's overrun by just really crazy ideologies, and there's just people on the street everywhere, and it's a mental health issue, and it's just it's quite sad, to be honest with you. So I'm going to skip San Francisco. I'm going to go check out Brownsville. Nate?
Definitely Brownsville, no doubt about it. I would need to get my eyes on that. Been to San Francisco, not that impressed. Give me Brownsville.
I love San Francisco, but as of late, it's really soured me. Moving on to the second one. Let's go to the next one. Is who you on? Okay, which lifestyle would you prefer? You're going to go the old V, all right? You're going vegan, right? That means you can't have anything that's made with animals. You can't even. I think you can't even wash your hair with products and stuff, which is cool. I always try to go a soap from Amish people, but the vegan stuff, I would like to go to San Francisco. Okay, be sure to wear flowers in your hair and strap everything onto your skin because it's an interesting place. But going vegan is a lifestyle choice. Some think that it's healthier to be vegan. I could see where that will definitely play into part. Or quote, yeah, it is a quote because look, people do have overconsumption of soy. Soy tends to have not so much as like a lot of people say the estrogen and stuff like that, but they're finding cases of soy because of the way that it's produced. They're really, really heavy pesticides. Mm-hmm. Anyway, moving on, we can go to the next one. Or would you go with this lifestyle? The old carnivore diet, okay? Nothing but meat. Now, there's a guy on the internet, and he's actually a philosopher, a theologian from Toronto. He's a very, very smart guy, smarter than me, Nate, and 3 other people put together. His name's Jordan Peterson. The reason I say this is because he had really bad issues with his health, and he went to the carnivore diet, and he said he cleared all those issues. Joe Rogan has talked openly about it, and I'm just using public figures. I've never known anybody just within my circle that has gone there, so that's why I refer to these people. But for me, that's a no-brainer. I love animals, but I do enjoy eating them. I'm going with the carnivore.
Now, the carnivore diet, the people that observe this style or this lifestyle or subscribe to it, I should say, are starting to creep up there with the annoyance level of the previous one, the vegans.
Are they?
Yeah, they're starting to creep up there for me. It's like their lifestyle is just, they're the smartest people in the room. That's the same thing. The veganism thing turns me off. So I have veganism. I don't support at all. I get the animal element, the philosophical side of it. But listen, we need protein in our diet. You can't convince me otherwise. I look at vegans and they look unhealthy to me for the most part. Give me a carnivore diet all day.
Yeah, that is an interesting point. Almost every vegan that I know, maybe the only ones I can come to mind is Nick Diaz and Nate Diaz. I don't know if they're professional fighters. There's another guy named Mac Danzig that was in the UFC that was a vegan. Other than that, every one of them I've known they don't look healthy. But anyway, that's just opinion. There is no factual evidence that can be proved on data for a large group of studies because there's always going to be someone on the other side that's going to prove, so that's all. Sure, yeah, you can come up with the data that supports it, but I can come up with the other data that supports the other one. So we've lost a couple of viewers talking about this, so let's move on to the next one. All right, now this one's a no-brainer. Which food would you rather eat, guys? Look at cereal. You got your Cinnamon Toast, you got your Wheaties, you got Reese's Puffs, Lucky Charms, my favorite cereal, okay? Or you're going to go a little healthier route, and you're going to go for the old salad. All right, it looks like you got some type of mango salad. You got a Waldorf there. I love salad. I absolutely love it. I probably eat it every day now. If you haven't noticed, TMD's looking a little slim these days, and that's because I eat salads at least once, sometimes twice a day. But for me, if I have my choice, I'm going with cereal, a big bowl of Lucky Charms, or what I really like to do is get all the sugary ones and mix them all together and then eat like a hodgepodge of them.
Okay.
Where are you going?
Yeah, I mean, I don't like cereal at all. There's a couple that I will snack on, but I don't eat it with milk. I'll just eat it dry. And the one that I actually do like is cinnamon Chex. I think that's it. So for me, I'm going to go salad. There's way more options. It's way better for you. I'm going to be the dweeb, and I'm going to pick the healthy choice. For me, it's going to be salad.
Hey, the man likes what he likes. If you like tossing salads, Nate, no problem.
Love it.
All right. Moving on to the next one. Guys, which person or celebrity would you rather have lifestyle? You got the back to the basics. Jack LaLanne, okay? You probably know him from the juicing machine that he created, but actually he was a bodybuilder. You can see him down there. I don't know, he's probably about 170 pounds, ripped, lean, about 4%, but he was actually really healthy. Look at him in the picture where he's standing above that mid-century chair or whatever. He's probably about my age, maybe a little bit younger. I don't know, older. I don't know. But he was good to go all the way up into his 80s. Very well known. You might even have a Jack LaLanne juicer in your house. Barrow likes the salad. But you could choose his lifestyle or the professional golfer, John Daly. We all know who he is, okay? All right. Guys, this guy is the epiphany of like a guy that would be, I don't know, in your town golfing. And but he's a professional golfer. He had the largest drive ever known. Amazing driver. Whatever cup that is, it's definitely a pro one. For me, this is a no-brainer. I'm going with Jack LaLanne. As I get older, I'm definitely leaning towards even being more healthy than I am. So I'm going with Jack LaLanne, although I like John Daly's lifestyle. Reminds me of my dad.
Well, since I am only eating salads, I can combat the cigarette smoking and the beer drinking that I'm going to be doing since I'm going to be John Daly out of this. I would prefer to be John Daly since I'm eating the salads. If I was eating all that cereal, I'd rather be Jack LaLanne. So I'll be John Daly.
How could you not like cereal, dude?
Because I'm not 6.
It's probably the thing I hate the most about you. You have ragged on me for eating cereal. Just with that comment, too. I'm not 6.
Lame-o.
Not interested. Hey, long-time viewer audience, Quinta and Nicholas, welcome. I'm not sure where you guys are, if you're in Latvia, if you're in South America, or if you're in Europe somewhere, but welcome. Nice to see you guys. Love your avatar. You look happy, healthy, and in love. That's awesome. Welcome. Lobby. All right. Going with the last one, Nate. This one is going to throw you for a loop. What's it going to be? Okay. Which would you rather? This is still in Chile. Would you rather your breath always smells like beer or you sweat tequila all the time? Okay. So, tequila smells like a Band-Aid. But every time, you got to go to work, it smells like beer. It's 8 a.m. It smells like beer. You're kissing your wife, smells like beer. Everywhere you go, it smells like beer. And not just like a little beer. I'm talking about, let's do an all-nighter of IPAs. That's what your breath smells like. And the tequila is not good either. Like you sweat and you go like this and, it's sweating tequila and you're burning and it's dripping in your mouth and that one's a tough one. I'm going with sweat and tequila, even though I don't like the smell of tequila. Bad breath to me, it would just be bad, I guess. And smelling like beer all the time, I don't know. I don't think that would be good. So I'm going with sweat and tequila.
Man, not me. I do not want to sweat tequila. I feel like that's, especially living in Vegas where it's 115 fucking degrees. That's the last thing I'd want to be doing. So I don't know. I feel like I could probably remedy beer breath better than I can remedy sweaty tequila sweat. So I'm going to do the beer breath.
Yeah, this might be, now that I think about it, geez, man. Your groin area, not to be gross, but we're already talking gross, right? Your groin area sweats in your jeans all day. But anyway, that's the what would you rather? Sweat tequila from Barrow. Hello, welcome all the way from Chile. Guys, thanks for hopping on the show. If you're just hopping on, we're drinking the Athletic Brewing. It's this one, the Upside Down Golden Ale, and it's actually really good. It's light. It's non-alcoholic. So if you're just hopping on, you don't know. We usually do beers here. This is the battle of the non-alcoholics all month, and today's the non-alcoholic battle of Athletic Brewing. They're still fighting. They're down. Yep, they're down by the distillery. But now it's time to whack this down and give it a score, Nate.
Man, I'm very curious to see which one you like better. These are both really good. They're very close.
It's got a good taste. It's a little watery. One thing that I won't give it the same score as before is I really like the danky hoppy taste. This didn't have it. It did have that weird bite that a lager has. So I did like that. Wow, 9,000, almost 10,000 check-ins. That's damn good. I score of a 3.8. I'm going to give the Upside Down a score of a 3.0.
All right. For taste, I like that. I think it's probably – so here's the thing. First, we had an IPA, so I'm going to try and judge that based off of what I expect an IPA to taste like. Not necessarily do I like this beer better than the other one. For a golden ale, this hits the mark. It tastes like a golden ale to me, just a non-alcoholic version. So I'm going to go 4.0 again.
Nice. Okay. All right. I got to give it the same score because it was the same price. $10.99 6-pack. I think you're getting a good non-alcoholic beer for it. 3.5.
Same 3.5. How can I give one score better than the other? 3.5.
Nice. All right. Same thing with the design. Look, design's great. And actually, I like this color a little bit better. Although blue is my favorite color. Second favorite. I like black. But some people don't consider that a color. But I don't know. It looks like I like the way that the mountains and the sun and the stuff. So I think it's another great looking design. I think it's interesting. It's definitely got that kind of outdoorsy kind of feel to it. I'm giving it a score of a 3.5.
Okay. I like it slightly less than the other one. It's the same can. It's just got a different imprint on it. Obviously this one's got a creek Upside Down has a sun versus having a creek or a river for Run Wild. So I'm going to give this a 4.0 because I like Run Wild slightly more. 4.0.
Okay. All right. Going with accessibility, same score. Look, anywhere you're going to be able to find Run Wild, take your shirt off and your pants down, you're going to be able to find this one. They're right next to each other. And that's pretty much any major beer distributor in the U.S. So you'll be able to find it 3.5.
I'm going to give the same thing as before, for their prowess, popularity, accessibility, all that. I'm going to go 4.0.
Perfect. All right. Going with the TMD X Factor, I'm giving it a score of a 3.0, and that's because, it's slightly a little bit less tasty to me than the other beer. So 3.0 for non-alcoholic is still pretty damn good, considering we gave the old duels a 0.5 and a 1.0 last week. But this one, 3.0, I think it's got its place. It's definitely nice. Hey, Bob, doing great. It's good to see you here. We're doing non-alcoholics all month. This is the Battle Series of Athletic Brewing. I gave it a 3.0. Nate, what'd you give it?
Yeah, so for the X Factor, because so the IPA clearly stands out because the majority of non-alcoholic beers out there are going to be of the lager variety, right? That's going to be what most people are trying. So when we try the IPA, it just stands out leaps and bounds above anything we've ever tried from a non-alcoholic perspective before. But this one, because it is very similar to the macro offerings, and it just shows you how much better a clean, crisp, lighter style beer can taste versus a Bud Zero or an O'Doul's. So for that, I'm going to give it slightly better of an X Factor because of the fact that the majority of people out there drinking non-alcoholic beers have tried those other ones. And if they compare this, it's way better. So for me, I'm going to go 4.5.
Nice. Okay, I want to go back to one quick comment. This comes from Nicholas. Tomorrow is Guinea's birthday. Ginta, hang on for a minute. We're going to go ahead and give our scores, and then I want to sing you happy birthday. All right, here we go. And hello to my cousin, Bob. Good to see you here, Bob. All right, so here we go, the Upside Down. Ladies and gentlemen, my score didn't do as good as the Run Wild. It is a 16.5. 16.5 for this one. Whoa. I'm getting all fumbly rumbly. All right, there we go. Let's get that. 20. Dude, what are you, high? 21.
Is that good?
Wow. Ladies and gentlemen, Nate is definitely feeling it.
Oh, gosh. Guys, Danny, you're not going to believe this.
No, it's a tie.
Both 37.5. Our first tie on the show.
It's a tie. It's a tie. It's a tie. We should put on a tie. We should have to wear a tie.
All right, I'll button up my top button. How about that? I'll do that.
I don't have a tie, but I got this. All right, this is the birthday hat. Guys, let's go ahead and sing Ginta, my friend from Latvia, her birthday. All right, hold on. Let's go. A 1, a 2, a 1, 2, 3. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Ginta. Woo! Happy birthday to you. Yeah. All right. Happy birthday, Ginta. I want to wish you a great day tomorrow. Have a wonderful year. Enjoy yourself in Chile. Do all the things that you want to do. And, well, as always, best in health and happiness.
Happy birthday.
All right. The birthday hat, the tie hat is coming off. This is the 2 beers that we did. The battle series is a tie. Infused. There was no fight. It was just a misunderstanding. They're from the same area. Of course there's a tie, Nate. We should have known. They're from the same turf. They're in the same family. The Yankees are up 4-2. Why not? Okay, these guys are still friends. There was no battle. They tied. Great show today, guys. Now let's go ahead and spin the die. What are you reading? What are you watching? What are you listening to? Number 3 is what are you listening to? And you're welcome. You're very, very welcome. Thank you so much. Have a great one. What am I listening to? I am listening to, I'll tell you right now, it is When the Children Cry by White Lion. I went back and I was going through my hair bands and I was listening to some Metallica. And now I'm listening to White Lion. White Lion is an 80s band. When the children cry. You know that song, Nate?
Of course. I forgot about it, though. I haven't heard it probably in 15, 20 years, maybe.
I'm going to give you a little piece. Can't turn it off. There we go. All right. Yeah, just a great song. That's what I'm listening to. What are you doing, Nate? What are you watching? What are you listening to? What are you watching?
I rolled a 2, and I am watching. We've already talked about it today. I am all in on Philadelphia sports at the moment. We got the Eagles playing the Cowboys tomorrow night, Sunday Night Football, 5:20. That's why we had the show today. And, of course, the Phillies are in the postseason for the first time in 11 years. They just beat the Atlanta Braves. That's what I've been watching, Philadelphia sports. Thank you, guys.
That's awesome, Nate. I'm happy for you. You know who else is from Philly? Rocky. All right. Rocky 4, Washington's Lamborghini. Time for the quote of the show, guys. And this one is real quick. This comes from Thomas Fuller. He says, health is not valued till sickness comes. Okay. I love this quote because it's so true. And, you know, a lot of times we don't really zone in on our health until we're actually sick, and it's too late in some cases. So, you know, take what we're doing here on the show and be inspired to go ahead and do a month of non-alcoholic beer yourself. Doesn't have to be October. Hey, I'm drinking a double two-hearted ale from Bell's. Woo! I'm at 11%. Is it this one?
That's so good. No,
is it this one? This one is on deck, guys. If I could just figure out this focus thing in the dark.
Hey, Danny, guess what's coming up soon? We're going to have to get everybody all jazzed up for our favorite beer season of the year. Christmas beer.
Christmas beer is going to be awesome. We're thinking about doing an advent calendar. But back to the show. Don't think about your sickness and when you're sick. Think about your health until you get sick. Go ahead and put forward all the things that you need to do to keep yourself healthy, not just physically. There's a lot to do with emotional health and mental health, and be a well-rounded person, an individual. And this is just a beer show. and we love doing it. We absolutely love it. We're going to continue to drink alcohol, but if you seriously have an issue with alcohol, maybe it's time to pull back a little bit. But if you don't, enjoy yourself. Take care of your health. Thomas Fuller said, health is not valued till sickness comes. Think about it on your own time. Nate, I got to say, it was an awesome show again, man. Frank said, good quote. Next week's show, again, Saturday at 5 o'clock p.m. I believe that's correct, Nate?
Yes. Danny, you want to make the call right now with the community? Do we want to do the white beer next week or stouts? Because those are the next two we've got for non-alcoholics.
We will do the stouts, my friend. We are going to do the stouts. So I'm going to let you guys know what we're going to be drinking right now next week. If you want to check it out, please check these beers out. If you can find them, drink along with us. I just don't remember what they were exactly.
I'll put them on social media. For the next episode, I'll be able to drop a better lead. I didn't have it this time, but we'll put it on Instagram and Twitter.
Yeah, check us out on Instagram, Twitter. We always let you know by Tuesday what beers we're going to be drinking for the week. So if you get a chance, you can follow along and drink and score and all that good stuff. We always like to have a community engagement. Thank you so much for being on the show. Nate, as always, love you, man. Awesome show and great beers today from Athletic Brewing. I would like to point out we're not sponsored by anybody. So, we're just here having a good time. I did not know there were non-alcoholic stouts. See, he's learning.
All beers now. Yep.
Yeah, all different beers. Nate, anything in closing?
No. Go Phillies, go Eagles.
All right, I'm going to match you with a go Yankees, a go Sabres, and go hey. Thanks again, Nate. I'm Travel Man Dan, and remember, it's a big world out there. Make sure you see every bit of it. Bye, guys.